Hey, what's up, beautiful people? All right, so this technology thing, man, is really kicking my ass this week. Okay, so I am up on YouTube. I am up on Instagram. Let's get this potty started. All right. I'll tell you what, man, like every step of the way, it's been just weird issues coming up left and right. It's been crazy, but we shall persevere. We shall make it happen no matter what. Okay. So thank you guys for tuning in, checking out. I appreciate you guys so much for jumping on here and seeing what we got going on for the energy of the week. Eventually I'll figure out how to get the green screen with my cool background on Instagram, but you know what? YOLO, fuck it. We'll get it done anyways. So, hey, what up, my man David, Super Homie Squad representing Opportunity Community in the house. Thank you all you guys for showing up. I love you all very much. So we, man, this, I'll tell you what, this energy from this eclipse, man, I really felt it big time in my, right here, deep in my heart, right? And we're coming into a lot of really brand new transitioning energies. These energies are like, they're coming into, we're coming into this new platform, right? This new platform of energies, and it's foreign, it's weird. It's almost like you're driving. Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it. These energies were like driving into the future, into this unknown territory. It feels so weird, but if you're embracing that weird feeling, that like, you know, don't know where you're gonna go, but you're feeling in your heart is open and you're embracing, like, let's just let the change come, let's make it happen, then you are embracing this with open arms and allowing it to take you. We're almost like a puppet on a string right now, whether we realize it or not. Okay. And as we step into that, you know, the communication is going to start to turn around, because later this week, Mercury will go direct. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank God, man. So now we have, you know, Venus just recently went direct. Now we have Mercury going direct. So we're getting these energies all nice and balanced out, and things are going to start to move forward. Now, of course, that can bring karma, you know, stuff that we have to deal with and issues. You know, Mercury in Cancer is emotional. And with this emotional energy, it's getting us more in tune with our intuition as well. All right. You are not kidding, David. I feel you, man. So with this energy going forward, we're going to be getting more. We're almost like, you know, when you're playing a video game and you get upgraded, you know, and you get like in like Super Mario Brothers, right? You eat the mushroom and you grow bigger, or you get the sunflower, you start shooting fireballs out of your palms. Like, that's the kind of shit we're talking about here. That's where we're growing up to. And it's, as this vibration raises, our hearts are opening. Now on the flip side of that, I've been noticing lately that a lot of people are leaving this earth. I've heard from 3 friends alone just in the last week that their friends have died from these weird, mysterious, you know, circumstances that could have easily been preventable. But I believe that a lot of souls are really choosing to, you know, they're either, look, at this point, you know, that lunar eclipse was this line in the sand. I mean, of course, the solar eclipse was the beginning of this line in the sand. Now, flip over to this, the lunar eclipse, which was a third out of 3 for this eclipse season, which is very rare, was another line in the sand saying the shit's got to be left behind. Everything from the past has to stay in the past. If you tried to bring it forward, ain't gonna happen. And the energy doesn't lie. Ain't that right, David? Energy is truth, baby. So there's gonna be, you know, what, one thing you may want to ask yourself is, what is your relationship with death? Death is a very big energy going on right now, right? A lot of people, you know, are afraid to die, and those people are the same ones that are kind of feeding into this agenda going on, right? It's feeding into all this paranoia and all this fear based on the unknown, based on death. So whatever your beliefs are, this is deep into belief systems, right? Whatever your beliefs are about death, about the unknown, stepping into that place that you've never been before, if you've embraced your heart, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be a little scary, but it's like when you go on a roller coaster, right? Like you trust it. You're just gonna, okay, let's go and have fun, right? We don't know where it's gonna go, but you know, it's gonna go somewhere fun. It's gonna go somewhere better than here, and that's the important part, right? So we all have to really focus on what our relationship with death is and how that's influencing our life. Okay, so make peace with that, and make peace with your relationship with death. Because look, here's my approach to death, right? I feel like you're not really living unless you've accepted your death. Once you get to the point where you have had a brush with death, or you're embracing it in some way, shape, or form, then you have experienced the feeling of what it feels like. It's a fear, like, holy shit, like things are going to change. Essentially, it's realizing that everything is out of your control, right? And so when we accept these things about ourselves, we also realize that our life purpose in this world is that of the humanitarian. Okay, going into Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, it's all about the humanitarian in us all. How can we bring people together through our gift to humanity, right? Like me sitting here talking to you. Okay, this is how I share my intuitive gifts through everything that I've learned for humanity. So the people that are ready and able and willing to receive it will receive it. Okay. And that's really as simple as before. Back in the day, when I was coming from a place of fear, I would try to go up to people and get people to understand my point of view. And if they didn't, I would dig and dig and dig and try, yes, come on, believe me, believe me. And you know what that did? It just created a whole lot of fucking drama. It's pointless. There's no point in it. There's no use. If people are not ready to hear what you have to say, that's okay, but don't force it on anybody. Okay? Thank you guys. You know, we all have a gift. We all have a gift, and the universe is asking us to take our gift and share it to the world right now. That's where it's at. That's what this Capricorn lunar eclipse is asking us to do. Of course, the lunar eclipse is about it's about eclipsing things out of our life. But as we eclipse these things out of our life, we bring these gifts into our new chapter. So we have officially started this new chapter. We're here, we're going forward. And the entire point of doing all this is to bring out that humanitarian in us all, which is embedded deep in our heart, and bring it forward out to humanity so that we can make the world a better place. Because really right now, let me tell you, and I'm sure you guys agree with me, we need, like, the world needs to be a better place. Okay. Now, with all this shit coming up and all this stuff going on in the world, it looks bad. Shit looks nasty, looks grimy, but you know what? All this stuff that's coming up has always been there. It's always been there. So it's just coming up into our conscious awareness now. And it's in seeing, okay, who's really drinking the Kool-Aid, right? Who's really buying the bullshit? If you're buying the bullshit, then you go over there and buy your bullshit. Okay? That's cool. That's what you're choosing. That's your choice. But with all this stuff coming up, we all knew, like we all knew deep down in our minds that, you know, some shit ain't right. Something is not right going on here. You know, like you read this stuff and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling that. It's in your heart, dude. It's in your heart. That's where all the truth lies. So when you see something, you feel something and you're like, oh shit. Okay. Yeah. I resonate with that. I feel that. I resonate with this. Okay, good. Follow that. Keep following that. And, you know, and because we're going to be going into this time where it's going to get really confusing, and we're going to be really passionate in this confusing place and wanting to take action, wanting to make shit happen, wanting to go further. There's going to be all these, because we just had Uranus again go to 10 degrees of Taurus. So reaching double digits there is big time. And Uranus going into this energy, you know, it's that's that very unexpected, who knows what the hell's going to happen next. And this is just one layer out of multiple layers that are going forward, but Uranus is still going forward, right? We have the powerhouses, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter, all still going retrograde in Capricorn. So we're all going within there. We're re-looking at and redefining all these Capricornian issues with everything going on in the world. So that, and I mean, this Pluto Jupiter conjunction, it's like they're hanging out, they're not going away, they're speaking, they're still in the same and the same digit, right? They're both at 23 degrees, which just happens to be the degree that my ascendant is on, so it's on the cusp. So imagine that shit. All right, that's okay. All right, we are going within to a deeper level than we've ever known, right? It's going to be very, very confusing, and it's going to, and this stuff's going to throw us off for a little while. However, the entire point of that process going on is so that we can stop trying to analyze all of our feelings and go more into the feeling of it and acceptance of it. Acceptance is huge. Okay. There's so much crazy shit going on. People are dying. People are thriving. There's so many extremes all left and right all over the place. Right. So as these extremes are happening, it's like, look, you have to accept whatever direction. Karma is playing a big, humongous role right now, because with Saturn in the last degrees of Capricorn, Saturn is like, okay, so I'm in my home sign. Okay. Been here for a couple years. I've given you many, many opportunities to learn your lessons. Have you learned your lesson? Have you seen what you need to see? Have you figured out your karmic shit yet? And at this point, it's going back over the mastery aspects of this. And if you have, woohoo, good shit's coming. If you have not, if you've been playing that nasty Dr. Evil game, or been playing on some, playing some really fucked up shit, and we can see it going on everywhere, that shit is coming out, and it's going to start coming out like a fucking fire hose. It's going to start coming out big time. So get ready, because we're going to start seeing some really crazy, weird shit coming up in the news with what people got going on. And, karma is about to really play a major factor in people's lives. I mean, it really is, now anyways, but the point being is that shit's going to get real. So if you have been preparing, if you've been doing the right thing, if you've been coming from your heart, if you've been opening yourself up, if you've been helping people, if you've been healing people, you are about to start to receive your karmic blessings. And I am fucking excited as shit about that, because I know I've been doing the right thing every single day, making shit happen, helping people as much as I can. Yeah, universe, let's go. Come on, baby. Bring it. Bring it on. I'm ready. Right? You know what I'm saying? So also, what we have going on this week, yes, I'm very, very, very passionate about this. We are going to have Chiron going retrograde. So what is Chiron? All right. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is that vulnerable part of us that, when we're growing up, we don't want to acknowledge, right? It's that part of us, like, I hate this part of me. When I was a kid, I hated the fact that I was so emotional, that I was so soft, right? I wanted to be a tough guy. And because I hate it, like, I got picked on all the time. I used to get bullied and jumped and beat up and all this stuff. That's why I started lifting weights, and no girls ever want to talk to me, and some girls actually used to pick on me, try to like I remember one time, I think it was 7th or 8th grade. I was in the playground, and no kids, because when I was a teenager, I was so introverted and such a scared little kid. I have my Chiron conjunct my ascendant right there on the cusp of my first and second house. And, my self-confidence was always really tough. And I remember I was on the playground, and this girl, like, I think this girl said she wanted to kiss me. And so, like, go wait over there and, close your eyes, and I'll come over. And I was so, okay. So I closed my eyes and I waited. And then before you knew it, my pants came down. They pants me. And then I had, like, literally the entire school around laughing. Like, that was freaking embarrassing. And I know these days, like, bullying has even upped the ante and gotten a lot more crazy. And that kind of stuff, man, like that shit don't play anymore. It's just, it ain't it. I know it was really bad, you know, for a long time. This whole thing that's going on has changed a lot about how kids interact with each other, but still, like, you know, that kind of stuff, I don't really know why I even told you guys that. But anyways, so we have Chiron that's going to be going retrograde. So this energy is very powerful right now. All right, it's pungent, because whenever a planet gets ready to move retrograde or direct, that's when it's in its most intense vibration, because it's slowest, right? So Chiron retrograde doesn't really influence or affect much on the surface. It's more like deep down in our gut. And this being in Aries, you know, goes into how we bring ourselves out in the world, how we identify with the world, and that deep vulnerability within. So what is it that you run away from yourself within and you don't acknowledge? That's the kind of stuff that's going to be coming up, looking at and seeing, okay, like, you know, I don't like to be, I don't like to be on camera, right? Well, why? Are you picking yourself apart the whole time? Like, do you see all these flaws? Do you see or are you afraid you're going to say something wrong? Are you afraid that, like, what is it that you're thinking in your mind when you're doing this thing that you're so afraid of? You have to step into it. And with Chiron going retrograde, it's going to give us an opportunity to go within, to look at it, so that we can face this shit, all right, and deal with it. And of course, with Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn all now in Capricorn retrograde, this is restructuring the foundation of our consciousness, guys. Like, this is fucking deep. And of course, we also we have Mars coming into contact, going to conjunct Chiron on the, let's see, Chiron goes retrograde on the 12th. Okay. And on the 13th, okay, so next Tuesday, all right, it's going to be exact, but it's close enough. We can still talk about it right now. But also, we have Mercury going back to 5 degrees of Gemini and sitting there still. Right now, it's at 6 degrees, I believe. Today's the 7th, right? Yeah, 7th. Yeah. So it's at 6 degrees right now. So Mercury is also slowing down, and it'll be going direct at 5 degrees. Okay. So it's interesting to me how Venus went retrograde and went direct at 5 degrees, and now Mercury is going to be going direct at 5 degrees as well. 5, what's numerologically 5? It means change. Okay. So a lot of change going on. And then now with this Mars energy coming up to Chiron, man, and especially with Chiron retrograding and that energy impacting together, that to me, okay, being in Aries rising and, you know, with the Chiron conjunct my ascendant, I feel this energy very strongly, okay? Because like, you know, your ascendant is about how you bring yourself out in the world, right? So that's how people see you. And universally, in the collective unconscious, this is where this is sort of affecting the collective unconscious to where the collective vulnerable gift, the empathic gift that the divine masculine just, it has to accept, but it doesn't really want to. You know, like, take me for example, okay? For a long time, I tried putting on that tough guy face, you know, because I thought that's what it was supposed to be. I grew up in the Northeast, right, in Massachusetts. I grew up in an Italian household, right? Like, hey, boys don't cry, shut your fucking mouth, get to work, do what you got to do, pay the bills, make shit happen, you retire, you get blah, 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 blah. And my whole life, I just felt like this is just so wrong. It didn't feel like me in my heart, but it was what I thought I had to be. So it was in contrast to what I felt I was being authentic, but I didn't know how to be authentic until I, you know, went deep inside and went through my dark night of the soul, right? And of course, you know, going through my process. In fact, it's interesting. Now that this is brought up, my 4-week transformational protocol is the process that I've done dozens and dozens of times to be able to bring up all these things within and to identify what these things have come up in order to be able to, you know, process and accept and integrate all these things about us. So there may be things coming up here in the next week or so that are going to bring up this very vulnerable, passionate part of you that you've always suppressed, that you just don't fully understand. And this is the time to integrate that energy. As Mars moves past Chiron, okay, we're going to integrate it and bring it forward. But if you suppress it, that's going to cause a lot of frustration, a lot of like feeling just not good in your skin. Like, what the hell is going on? I don't know what to do with all of this stuff going on, right? So we have to really step into that energy of let's be vulnerable, because our power is in our vulnerability, 100%. Okay, so true. All right, when we step into that vulnerability and we step into it, Mars, take action on it. Okay, we will purge and feel. Ooh, feel. Mars don't want to feel, but Chiron demands it. Okay, that's the difference between these two energies. It's going to demand that we go into this energy. Okay, so just like that little kid that was getting bullied on the playground, all right, you got to go into that feeling, man. You got to go into it and you got to feel it. Now, everyone has a masculine and a feminine energy. Okay, the masculine only means it's what we go into. It's what we take action on. It's a structure. It's a scaffolding of our life. Okay, and in order to like go into the emotional scaffolding, we have to go into the feelings of it. And a lot of guys, especially like, you know, Mars is, you know, that whole alpha thing, which I think the alpha thing is just ridiculous. But you know, stepping into the full awareness, knowledge, and understanding of the divine masculine aspect of us is really loving. It's really very protective in a way, right? Like, hey, I got you. We're going to take action on this. We're going to build this business. We're going to go do this thing. We're going to go to, even if it's just like, you know, going to dinner, or it could be, you know, starting a business, or it could be, you know, you get discipline the kids, or, you know, whatever situation it is. Oh shit. I grew up in Worcester County area in Massachusetts. That's crazy. Small world. So whatever situation is, the divine masculine is the part that takes action, that plans it, that executes, right? We need to execute the plan, even during sex, right? The divine masculine takes charge. It penetrates. Okay, so we are going to go penetrate this vulnerability within us all, especially once Mercury goes direct. Once Mercury goes direct, okay, in Cancer. Now, Cancer is ruled by the moon, right? It's going to bring up all these emotions. And because they are squaring each other, okay, they're communicating in a very difficult aspect. And with Mars there too, this is going to really, it's like, look, you're going to feel this and you're going to process it, whether you like it or not. It's going to happen. Some external circumstance is going to come in, and you don't want a tower moment here, okay? So we want to embrace it voluntarily. Because if we don't embrace it voluntarily, the universe might come in and be like, all right, you got to embrace it somehow. So we're going to have to create a situation for you to make you feel it, to make you face it. So embrace the vulnerability, embrace the suck, let it be okay, process it, and then the rest, chuck it in the fucking bucket. That's it. Okay? Just go. And then it's really interesting. While all this is going on, okay, we have Venus still moving pretty slowly. It's only at 8 degrees. All right. It stationed direct, like 2 weeks ago, and it's only gone 3 degrees in that time. And it is sesquiquadrate over to the Pluto and Jupiter conjunction. So this tells me that there's a lot of like either past life shit coming back when it comes to divine feminine and or relationships, past life lover. Or, even a past lover, because Mercury is in retrograde in Cancer. Whatever situation comes up, look, when I talk about these things, it's funny because like some people are like, I don't want any past people to come in. I don't want this going on, that going on. Look, it's about letting the universe take over and acknowledging like, okay, the synchronicities really do exist. This person came back, that person came back. Almost like watch and see what happens. Don't force anything. The problem is when you get this information, some people like try to force it. Like, oh, well, I'm not going to allow this person to come in. Or I'm not going to allow this to happen. No, you should just allow it to happen naturally. Okay. And then internally, like, okay, this means that. And then we can see, okay, what is this meant to teach me? If this person is coming back, that means that we have not finished the lesson, or maybe they've grown or people have grown and you're actually vibrating the same frequency and something's meant to be. Who knows? Every situation will be different, but you have to acknowledge the energetic interaction within yourself and really feel it and find out what is true for me. And while all this vulnerability is going on, that's just gonna capsize that vulnerability and really bring it into, like an acceptance. Okay, needing to accept what's going on and needing to accept the energies that we're going into, all comes down to also the fear of the unknown and the fear of death. Okay, that fear of death. We can isolate ourselves energetically or even physically, right? We can bring ourselves into this little cocoon that we don't really, it's like, nope, don't want to feel it. All right. But right now, dude, Saturn, Pluto, and Jupiter are like too fucking bad. You're going to feel this shit whether you like it or not. Okay. So you got to go into it. So whatever the universe is bringing around, we are in karmically fated times, my friends. Okay. So of course, I get it. Like I believe in destiny. I believe in fate. However, it's not as simple as just like, okay, this was meant to happen. We have free will. We have the ability to choose what we want. So the more aware we become, the more we grow, the more we do the internal work, the more we can fulfill our destiny. Right? We are not meant to just be stagnant. Okay. There is no such thing as stagnancy. We are either growing and expanding and learning, or we are dying. Okay. Degenerating. We are breaking down or breaking through. There is no there is no stasis. Okay. Or it's very, very, very rare ever that happens. It may happen like if it has to go back and forth, right? But what do you think dis-ease is? Right? It's the soul wants to expand and grow, and the ego is saying, no, I want to stay right here. We have to honor the soul growth, especially right now. The universe is not giving a fuck what your ego wants. You need to grow or you need to go. And that's kind of what's going on. Unfortunately, like, you'd be surprised, man. You'd be surprised that some people who is choosing, everybody is choosing. I want to remind you, okay? The people that are leaving this earth right now, they are choosing to go. People that are staying and doing this work are choosing to step into their power. Kelly, what's up, babe? Mwah, love you. The people that are choosing to get into a toxic relationship are choosing to do that. And man, if you're getting a toxic relationship right now, that's gonna get bad quick. Shit's gonna roll very quickly because manifestation is happening so fast. So right now, though, too, a lot of twin flames, a lot of soulmate type relationships. Now, soulmate relationship does not mean that it's just, intimate. A soulmate relationship can be a business partnership. A soulmate relationship can be like a producer finds a great actor, right? I don't even know if they're making movies right now, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like these people coming together, they're meant to improve each other's lives in some way. And that's right now, we've worked through all the really nasty, bad karma bullshit. Okay. That's done. No need to feel that or face it anymore. We that's the lunar eclipse. We have eclipsed that out. We are now in this new place. So this week we will be shifting more into forward gear. You know, now we are officially out of eclipse season. So now these 3 eclipses have come. We were in this little paradoxical mid space of primordial soup, right? We have made it out of that primordial soup placement where we got a lot of downloads, we got a lot of uploads, we got a lot of shifts, changes, and a lot of it we didn't even experience or see because a lot of it's unconscious. I mean, even if you're attuned to energy, you can feel it. You know, you get exhausted, you get wired, you feel like you're all over the place. Okay, but now we are officially in this new chapter. And as Mercury goes direct, that's going to bring more of because I feel like Mercury being retrograde during the eclipse sort of extends the lessons and the processing of these eclipse energies because it slows everything down and goes deeper. So Mercury goes direct, then stuff's going to be coming up. Karmic things are going to be coming out. The universe is going to start putting things in place from all the seeds that we've been planting for the last 2.5 years. Okay. So whatever it is that you've been planting, whatever seeds that you've been sowing for the last few years, get ready to reap the reward or reap what you sow, right? So, and look, I don't want you guys to think like this is good or bad, okay? It's efficient, it's effective. It's either effective at teaching you a lesson or it's effective at making your life better. One or the other. Because either way, we're inviting it into our reality, right? Sometimes, like I know me, I've learned a lot of fucking lessons the hard way. A lot of them. And I do not need to learn any more hard lessons. I'm done. And I'm sure a lot of you are done too, right? So let's start, the 5th dimension. The 5th dimension is all about love and growth and being open and honest. We don't want to deal with people or talk to people that are shady and that are liars and that are narcissists and dealing with bullshit. So we take this energy and we protect ourselves with good healthy boundaries. Okay, a lot of empaths right now have been activated to really take charge of this energy. We go into this energy and we bring into existence this higher vibration through being it. So we bring in these awesome people around us, right? Now, whatever people that, brings in, like with their friends, with their family, that could be significant others, acquaintances, you could be attracting like if you're a foster parent, you're attracting like, children that need you, whatever it is, right? But then just attracted yet another hard lesson. Well, then you got to learn the hard lesson, brother. That's just how it goes, man. That's okay. Yeah. So karma's playing a big role. We're reaping what we sow. We're learning lessons. But the good thing is, we're becoming more and more aware every single time we make a decision and we make shit happen and accept and let it go. Acceptance is everything. Okay. Accept where you're at. Because look, I know some people are in really, really rough waters right now. Okay. This energy is no joke, bro. No fucking joke. Okay. So if you're in rough waters, first thing you have to do is acknowledge and accept that you're in the place that you're at. Stop trying to deny it. Stop trying to numb yourself out of it. Stop trying to get out of it. Just accept it. Okay. Once you accept it, then you can start looking for a way out. But the way out is through learning the lesson. Okay, so look at what lesson are you needing to learn. That's really what it's all about. Learn that lesson. And be honest. You got to be brutally honest with yourself. Of course, definitely a good idea to join the opportunity community because all my people are on here from the opportunity community, and we all do that work every week. And we hold each other accountable, and we make it work. And we breakthroughs and breakthroughs every day. It's absolutely beautiful. Shout out to the opportunity community. Love you guys, man. You guys are my soul family. And that is exactly like, if we want to step into our power, you got to do the same, right? You got to figure out what it is. You got to figure out what it is that drives you, that makes you want to, you know, contribute to humanity. Okay. So later this week, we're going to have right on the same day. Okay. On the 12th, we're going to have Chiron going retrograde and Mercury going direct. So it's going to be this of energy kind of going on, and Mars is going to be conjunct right there. And that same day, we're going to have the moon going conjuncting Mars, Chiron, and Black Moon Lilith, which is now retrograding towards Chiron yet again. So this Black Moon Lilith energy, man, it's just been going back and forth between Chiron and Uranus. Boom, 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 boom. Aries and Taurus, Aries and Taurus. What does this mean? There's something there about our divine feminine, like the divine femininity with us all, like is like learning a deep lesson, needing to stand up, needing to almost like fight for what it believes in, but also like craving nurturing. Like I know a lot of people are really lonely right now, right? Shit, I've been feeling it too, right? And always just going to sleep alone, you know, like you want someone to just hold me. But, you know, sometimes that's not possible. So, you know, we have to feel these feelings. It's all about feeling those feelings. That is the most intense, deepest work you will ever do, is just feeling who you are, feeling that shadow. Because that shadow aspect of us is that part of us that we don't want to acknowledge, right? That shadow is that part of us that we don't like to admit exists. For me, when I was a kid, it was my mushy side. I wanted to be a tough guy. I wanted to be popular. I wanted to, you know, be liked by everybody, right? Now I really don't give a fuck, because I realize now that being liked by everybody is actually not the greatest thing in the world. Because yeah, you know, when you're liked by everybody, that means you're being fake. You know, when you're being authentic, you're liked by some people. Some people can't stand you because you emit an authentic vibration. So through the years, you learn through facing these parts of your ego that it's all about just following your heart and being authentic to yourself. And when you're authentic to yourself, that's when everything falls into alignment. You don't live, you're not a train wreck anymore when you accept yourself, right? But also don't isolate yourself either. All right, isolation is no bueno. Yo, Chaos Theory, thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you. Hell yeah. So we have we have the nodes shifting to 28 degrees now. So the nodes have been at 29 degrees for like 3.5 months. All right, which is a master number, which is very, very, very intense, like bringing in this new energy. So now it's going to be letting off a little bit. I mean, it's still going to be intense, but you know, now we're really solidifying our placement into this new energy of these nodal axes. Okay. Now, but the energies of the eclipses are going to be last for the next 6 months. So this Capricorn Cancer energy, whatever is left over that we need to purge, that we need to learn, is going to be playing out for the next 6 months. The real intense next, like, so we just leveled up, right? Next year, we're switching to another game. We just leveled up in this video game. At the end of the year, we're finishing that video game and jumping to a different one. And that's going to be where the light workers, the empaths, the intuitives, the star seeds, all of us, we're getting activated this year. This is a year of activation, right? Next year is a year of function. It's a year of let's go. It's time to make shit happen. Okay. So I'm telling you, man, I've been talking to so many people, like, do the work right now. It needs to happen right now. Okay. Like, so this week is going to be a very vulnerable week for people. Very vulnerable. All right. But that's okay. Embrace that vulnerability. Pluto is all about vulnerability. And with it being conjunct to Jupiter here, that conjunction is multiplying that energy and two different ways. Okay. Pluto in Capricorn is making us vulnerable in the structure of our life, with finances, with, you know, with our life purpose. Okay. With the structure of our entire existence. Chiron and Mars is making us feel vulnerable in our identity to our purpose in life. Right. So this is sort of doubling down on this energy where, you know, the power and your success lies in your vulnerability. So let it take over. And, you know, and when you do, suddenly you manifest everything that's meant to be around you. Okay. You're no longer chasing anything. There is no chasing here, only manifesting. Okay. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning into me here. I appreciate you guys very much. These messages, you know, these messages, they need to get out there. And so be prepared this week for a lot of things. A lot of things to start, like a lot of reality checks. Like, whoa, exactly. So where are we going? What are we doing? We're going to be feeling these emotions coming up. You may be reading energy on a deeper level. And when that first hits, it's sort of like, like you walk into Walmart and you can feel everybody's energy like, Joe, get away from me. I can't be around this shit. Be more selective about the people that you're around with. Maybe you're around family and you're like, dude, I can't fucking handle being around these people. Okay, what are you going to do about it? You have to take responsibility. You have to take action and make sure that you're taking care of yourself. Okay. So I appreciate you guys very much, and just keep doing the work, man. And if you would like a reading from me, please go to spiritualbodybuilder.com. You can also get my free ebook there. All you got to do is put your name and your email in there, get it for free. It's an amazing book. And check out the opportunity community where we all do the work and we're all helping each other brand and network and just meeting a really amazing people from all over the world. I love my opportunity community. I love you guys. And other than that, I will see you guys on the next report. I appreciate you. Please, if you resonate with this information, like, share, subscribe. And yeah, that's it. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.